Hi friends, yo, Will Swag. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is Kirtan Mehta, and I am yet again ready with another episode number 3. Guys, last time we had discussed about melodica tutorials. In that we had learned the few notations, musical notations, melodica tutorial, musical notation of the movie 2 hai, Mohenjo-daro. In that precisely which flat and sharp tunes is required to be played, and then I had drawn the perfect delineation, description of that notations, and then we had learned that song how to play. But this is something for the first time, I thought, okay, let's take a break, let's take a pause, right? Because so many musical videos you have seen, and you might have got perhaps embarrassed or bored, okay, and you might have found that it might be a meanness to or the maleficence to all of us. So I thought that this is not a kind of havoc or turmoil or attack I would like to throw upon you. Right? So today, guys, as I always bring some innovative stuff, creative stuff, so I thought that this channel Murabbi Murabbi should not be confined up to the musical path only or musical peregrination journey only. But I thought that this Murabbi Murabbi musical channel, YouTube channel, should be more innovative and creative, and it should reach up to the maximum number of people who have strong inclination towards science as well. Because I'm a science student, so being a science student also, I felt, and I have been feeling and believe, I have been feeling and I have been believing that the context and the concept of the particular topic of the science should reach up to the maximum number of the people, and those who are the strongest at science and who have the deep inclination towards the science, right? So the people, this is exclusive video for those people, right? This is exclusive. This video is being streamed exclusively to all those people who have strong inclination, utmost curiosity about science, right? And I would say to those people, 2 words I would like to coin, because I'm not a neologist either. Okay, those people are wonderkind and rubberneck. Wonderkind means overly inquisitive person. A rubberneck means, and wonderkind means great talent shown at an early age. So for those wonderkind and rubberneck kind of people who are extremely curious about science, especially this video is going to be presented before them. I hope you will like this, my recipe. And if you like my recipe, then like it, and share it. Tell your friends to like and share and subscribe this finest ever channel, Murabbi Murabbi. And mind well, this is not only confined up to the musical content, but also few more hidden facts about various discoveries also is going to be discussed. Okay, that is also going to be discussed. Okay, guys. So you can have a look at it. First of all, see, I am stepping myself little aside, and you could see the entire delineation, minute, meticulous details I have drawn. This is sketch of the submarine. This interesting is jaw-dropping, mind-boggling, and thunder-blasting for you. Why, guys? Because, I must see, actually, it has been intentionally deliberately, it has been delivered the wrong, falsified, concocted information to you guys. You had studied, I have studied, our generations, previous forefathers' generations, great-grandfathers' generations had studied, and since then, before independence, because it was the root of the British roots, those were the British roots which were inserted, engrossed deeply inside the earth and inside our notion, inside our mind, that the originality and authenticity of and true value and virtue of being an Indianness has deliberately been eradicated from our brain. You know why? Number 1, 1903. Okay? You must have studied also that Wright brothers, Oliver and Wilbur Wright brothers have invented aeroplane. Absolutely wrong. Unfortunately, in our country, such finest movies like Hawai Zada doesn't run. But the movies, very freaky movies, I'm not going to discuss, I'm not going to name any movie, Bollywood movie or any, but such movies are not being run. So, Hawai Zada movie was based on the invention of an aeroplane, precisely in 1895. just 8 years before the invention of the aeroplane. 1895, our Indian Marathi Manus Shivkar Bapuji Talpade had invented an aircraft. Successfully, during that time, he proved that, he verified that aircraft engine, an engine of the aircraft can be run based on the fuel. Which fuel, you know? Mercury based fuel. It can run. And NASA, after 100 and 200 years, NASA now, before few years, they came to the conclusion, inference, that Mercury engine, I mean the Mercury could be used as a fuel in an engine for the effective functioning of the aircraft, the engine of the aircraft. That was what some few people, those were the unsung heroes. Their victory was unflinching, indefatigable, indomitable. That was that paramount of excellence, we can say. Those were the victories. Indomitable and unflinching and insurmountable, indefatigable, right? Indelible, invincible, I must say. And one more thing, guys, I would like to tell you, this is the elucidated upon the fact. You all know that Thomas Alva Edison. What do you know? What do you think of Thomas Edison? Okay, you all were forced to believe, deliberately forced to believe that Thomas Alva Edison, 1,000 times he failed and he invented this electricity and all that. Okay. So that he was being patronized or lot of praises and appreciation and lot of loud, L-A-U-D, loud, okay, praise, the showers and the showers of the shower of the flower of the appreciation was being thrown upon him. That is absolutely wrong. Original inventor was Nikola Tesla, and he was way ahead of his time. In the movie, I would like to describe a scene of the movie. The movie I had seen, that was Prestige, the famous movie from the famous director Christopher Nolan, one of the best directors of all the time. In that, there was a scene of a Nikola Tesla, and actually it was the rivalry between the two magicians, and I'm not going to talk about that. Nikola Tesla, during that time, went along with his colleague. It was not colleague, but just a person, normal person, a guy, a normal boy, a person. There were few meters away a laboratory located. His laboratory, experimental laboratory was located. So that guy, he was explaining something about the AC current to the guy. So during that time, there were a series of various bulbs mounted on the ground, and those were being illuminated. As soon as that person plucked it out, one bulb, and miraculously, you know what? That bulb, during that time when it was stuck to the ground, it was being illuminated, but as soon as it removed, it went off, conked off. Not conked off, but just the electricity went away. You know? And then interestingly, that guy asked, where are the wires? And then Tesla says, exactly. Wireless electricity invention during that time, you think about the 1850s I'm talking about. He was way ahead of his time. It always happens that if the person is way ahead of his time, then people would make fun of him. So during that time also the same thing happened, that people would make fun of him. How this is possible? Wireless right now, say 50, 60 years ago, if someone would say that wireless internet or wireless internet is possible, so at that time, then what the people would have thought of or would have made fun of the other people, the person who has discovered that, has he gone insane, made like that, you know? So that thing happened, and that's why, you know, the finest gift, and you can say the boon, finest gift and the boon that was gifted to the people was what? The invention of AC current and DC current. Thomas Edison invented DC current, but AC current, which was more reliable, accurate, and that can be extended or transported to various transmission lines, or millions or thousands of volts of transmission line up to long distances. Okay, so that is AC current. That is what more used and more reliable, and you can say the most of in recent times also that is being used in our house and household system everywhere, right? So that is what we can say, the real inventors were somebody else, and the original credits were not given to them. Okay, so there are n number of such examples for which those people actually deserve Nobel Prize, but you know this politics always is everywhere. There is the prevalence and the predominance of the politics everywhere, and that's what happened to such scientists, few scientists too. Those people died mercifully, miserably, right? Miserable way. So I would like to tell you about this really interesting story, as our episode also suggests that. Insane inventions. Guys, those were really, I'm going to talk about some really insane inventions, the inventors of which innovatively insane. I would like to tell you, innovatively insane. So during that time, people considered them mad. Not only mad, quixotic, clodhopper, dunderhead, juggernaut, scoundrel, rapscallion, kind of stuff, quixotic. Okay, truly insane. People believed those, but those insane scientists were the real ones who actually made such finest inventions possible. Guys, I'm talking about this submarine. You see this, the sketch I have drawn of this submarine. Okay, I hope that is visible to you all till here, the last stretch. Guys, this one really interesting fact I'm going to tell you about the First World War that happened. This ship, this is chapter 1 of the submarine. And reference, I have taken the reference, I was going through a book, the book named Evil Invention. And then this book has been written by Nick Arnold and illustrated by Tony De Sols. So the name of the submarine was the Heroic Hunley. And that submarine was invented by Horace Hunley in USA, 1864. 1864 was the year. That was, you know, that 19th century has been considered as an era of the revolutionary discoveries and inventions, where most of these gems were, diesel engine, steam engine and aircrafts, and most of the, really we can say, time ever-changing and transformative inventions took place during that time, right? So this such invention, but few inventions were hidden, or few inventions were not given enough and equal credit and honor to the original inventor. So I'm going to talk about this actually particular submarine. You can see the delineation in perfect detail. I'm going to divulge of that. So this is the submarine originally used in American Civil War. Guys, you know, see, I have drawn the sketch and I'm going to explain you how actually that worked. You could see the last segment of the submarine. Over there was a chamber made in which you could see the sketch of the three people. Those three people literally were driving the submarine from behind. So here there was the propeller turned by the crew. So as the propeller turned by the crew manually, as it turned, propeller turned, so it sailed the submarine down deep down the ocean, and that actually pushed it downwards. Then what happened? You could see the another chamber. There was a captain. Here I have narrated and I have microscopically painted here the X-ray view of it. So this was the sailor, you could not say sailor, captain of the ship, submarine. He was driving it, okay, literally. But the propeller, during that time, technology was being developed. So these people, the crew, okay, the crews, they were manually propelling it, the propeller. They were running the propeller. This captain was driving it. And then you can see the ballast tank, and this is the bomb at the end of the pole. I would rather say it was not being shot, it was scoot, S-C-O-O-T, scoot. The bomb was being scoot, okay, at the enemy ship. And during that time, you know, interesting, this is very interesting history of this submarine, you know, guys. So what happened that this submarine, this particular submarine, the Heroic Hunley, the name of it was Heroic Hunley. It was tested 3 times, and interestingly, each time it was a futile attempt, wild goose chase, you can say. Each time it failed, each time it sank along with its crew. And each time it killed the crew. Then what happened during American Civil War, when it was being tested, it sank thousands of ships during that time. But each time it sank the thousands of ships and it killed millions of the people. But each time, whenever it was being used, each time it was sunk. The submarine itself was sunk, right? So during that time, such things had happened. However, that was the nicest attempt for that bomb. They actually, at the end of it, you know, I would say not just that, the front part of it, the bomb also had been installed over there, so that bomb was good. But you know, during that time that happened, that however it helped So that's why it helped in internal American Civil War in fighting that. So somehow that was successful as well. But at the same time, same point of time, I would like to also know that the dark side of that particular submarine was that each time, however, it was succeeded in bringing the enemy ship down, in sinking the enemy ship down, but at the same time, after having done that effort, the finest effort, but I would rather say was a futile effort, because each and every time that ship was, submarine itself was sunk, right? So such were the inventions. See, you might be knowing about this. This is the chapter 1 of the submarine. There is a really interesting history of the submarine. Because I've gone through the book, I've been going through the book, various inventions of the scooter, motorcycle, and the, oh my god, about the steam engine and the train. Wow, what a delineation has been given in it. Absolutely splendiferously awesome, guys. I have seen that description. And one more, guys, interesting thing, what I would like to tell you is that I was going through the book and I'm so into that that headphone has been invented now. How the discovery was made of that headphone is very interesting. For that, stay tuned, guys. To be continued. Perhaps in the next episode we're gonna see, or I will again come up with the nicest invention which you might never have ever heard about. You might never have even experienced, and so far, whatever the number of books you have read, or you have also been educated, but not educated enough for such discovery of unsung heroes. Its discovery, however, was insane, truly insane, but yet indomitable, unflinching, invincible, and forever, I would rather say, immortal. But such heroes were never given credit. So I must say that this particular person, Horace Hunley, should have been given the credit, perhaps could have been given the credit, but the history didn't. History did not give him. Not only history, but the historians and the deliberate forgetfulness of the people after generations and centuries after century. This is the deliberate forgetfulness of such finest inventor. So I hope, guys, for the first time I tried this to excavate this history, the hidden facts, and I hope you might have liked this video. This is just my attempt to make you aware, to make you educated about this kind of discovery, hidden discovery, deliberately concealed discovery, which obviously you might not have been made aware of. I hope, guys, you have liked my videos. If you have liked, please share, subscribe, and tell your friends to subscribe this Murabbi channel in order to see such innovative and insanely creative stuff. Bye, guys. Here, Kirtan Mehta, I am signing off. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.